Reggie Fils-Aimé was recently talking to Yahoo Finance. He was talking about Nintendo's fiscal year, and I've talked about this on the show quite a few times. Mr. Kimishima had said back before he retired and passed his leadership role onto Mr. Furukawa. He had said that Nintendo was expecting to sell 20 million Switch in this fiscal year. That's from April 2018 until March 2019. And I've said before that I was skeptical as to whether or not that would happen. And then last episode, I talked a lot about how really, really well Pokemon is selling, how well Smash is pre-selling, and we've only got 10 days before that game actually comes out. And then I thought that I had read this before, and I even thought that I mentioned it, but I just want to hit it again really quick because it's a very important point. And I know that there's a lot of other people out there who, like me, were very skeptical that Nintendo had the ability to sell 20 million units in this fiscal year, especially with what kind of felt like a drought of first-party games. If you compare it to the first year of the Switch, Switch Year 1, if you compare Switch Year 2 to Switch Year 1, it was pretty abysmal as far as Nintendo games went. That doesn't mean that there wasn't anything to play, because we got plenty of games to play, but it was really lackluster in the number of first-party Nintendo titles, huge blockbuster first-party Nintendo titles to come out. And that made me a little sad, but at the same time, I still had a lot of stuff to play, a lot of third-party stuff to play, a lot of indie stuff to play, and I was fine with that. That didn't bother me at all. And I think that Nintendo had planned this all along, and now they're going to come in with their two heavy hitters at the end of the year and basically bat cleanup. And I'm going to use a sports metaphor, and everybody knows how much I love sports ball. So get ready to be disappointed in how I butcher this. But, you get your best players, your best runners on base, and then you get your best hitter to come out and bat cleanup and knock a home run so that everybody can run in. And I think that's what Nintendo is doing with Pokemon and Smash. And Mr. Fils-Aimé was talking to Yahoo Finance, and this is what he said, which is really important. He said, the holiday selling season, which is October, November, and December, is critically important to our company. The Americas are the company's most successful region by revenue, and the holiday season is that region's biggest driver. We typically do, in the Americas, about 60% of our revenue during that time frame. The reason that is so significant, first, is because our products make great gifts, and he's correct about that. Video games make great gifts. A lot of people who really like video games might not be old enough to afford to buy a game whenever they want, so they have to wait. I know that right now my son is waiting for Pokemon. He's waiting for Smash, because we're not going to be buying him a bunch of stuff before Christmas comes. Then he doesn't have things to open on Christmas. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that are doing the same thing. So the fact that Nintendo makes 60% of its annual revenue, its fiscal year revenue, in that 3-month window is pretty huge. So it makes a lot of sense. And I believe it was Mr. Furukawa, or maybe it was Reggie. I can't remember who said this in the past, but they have certain selling points throughout the year, and they try to tee up their big hitters around that time. And Nintendo this year, they teed up that October, November, and December with 3 really big games. The first one, which for me isn't a really big game. I mean, I bought it, but the first one is Mario Party. Mario Party came out in October. that is usually a pretty big seller for them. Very, very popular with the family. And I think that they even said that it exceeded expectations. I believe that they said that about Mario Party. Then in November, they had Pokemon, and those are breaking all kinds of records. I think it was 3 million sold so far. And then December is Smash. And with those are three games that I would qualify as system sellers. The kind of games that people buy the system for. You know, like at the very beginning, the system seller was Breath of the Wild. And then October of last year, it was Mario. In June of last year, maybe it was July, it was Splatoon 2. You know, they've got system sellers. Man, just thinking about this, there are a lot of system sellers on the Nintendo Switch. And to drop 3 games, which I would consider probably system sellers, maybe Mario Party is a little less so than the others, but to drop maybe 2.5 system sellers all in the same holiday season, that's going to push a lot of Switches. And I think that Nintendo, it is possible that they will hit that 20 million mark. Maybe they won't, but who knows?